You're gonna observe and what? Okay, well, just might want to turn your phone down then. Here. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're welcome to follow along, but just the microphone's really good, so it'll pick up lots of things. Yeah. All right. Hello, everyone. Um, we're here, and we are broadcasting from a brand new computer. Um, and the video looks pretty good, huh?
It does. I was gonna ask why weren't there lights on?
Oh well. I don't know. We might turn some. I was about to say turn some candles on, which sounds inherently silly, but yeah. Yeah. Actually, what I do have, let me turn on our little lamp. Don't tell me this has got something. Yeah. Well, it works. Okay, so we turn on our little finish lamp. So, um, and hey everybody. Oh, we got someone who graduated on Wednesday, got inducted as an engineer, and today's your birthday. Happy birthday, fellow Leo.
Big week for you. Happy
Yeah.
birthday. Congrats.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I believe today is also John Mashida's birthday.
Well, let's say happy birthday really fast.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you if you're of a certain age, you might not know who that is. But in the 1980s, if you ever saw commercials for Micro Machines, and you had the guy talking really fast, that's John Machida. He also was the voice of Blur in the original movie, and we met him.
And he was in those FedEx commercials.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. And his he was like the world's most like fastest talking person.
Right. And he still is the world's fastest talking articulate person.
Oh, you know what? Some folks are saying there's an issue with the sound. Hang on, guys. Let me see if I can adjust the microphone because I've got and I'm standing really close to the microphone here. I've got a brand new system, so let me go in and adjust the settings for that.
In the meantime, I will sing.
Uh,
No, I really won't.
settings. Okay. Input microphone. Hold on. Let me take the. Okay. I just bumped it up.
When I die,
Hush.
don't think I'm a nut. Don't want no fancy funeral. Just one like old King Tut.
Thank you, Derek. Oh wait, hey. Okay. Test your microphone. Hang on. Manage sound devices. No, we don't want to do that. All right. Well, guys, tell me if that's helping with the sound any. Because it sounds like it's picking it up a little bit better.
I hope it's picking it up a little bit better. We don't really know.
Okay. Yeah. So, guys, just comment and let me know if the sound gets to where you can hear it. Because we're running on Windows 10 now instead of Windows 7, and oh well, let's see if that helps. Wait, device properties, master volume. Okay, that might help too.
We got lots of spam going.
Okay, I can hardly hear. It's better than it was a couple. Okay, yeah, now everybody can hear. Okay, cool. That should. Okay, Sarana's saying a little better. Okay. Device properties. Now let me bump this up some more, and we'll see. Okay.
About now.
Yeah. Hopefully that helps. So. Okay. You know what? Let me check. I think I did, but I need to go back onto Patreon. So let me check this weekend. Okay, good. And then the sound's better. All right. Yeah. Well. Had to do a sound check, I guess. It's funny, I was thinking of Wally as I was doing this. I guess since this is a festival for Osiris and for the Blessed Dead, he's, you know, he doesn't need any more invitation than that. I can guarantee you he's here. What? And Darren just starts laughing. So
Just hearing Wally in my head.
yeah, but yeah, well, I can remember us, getting on Skype and having to sit there and mess with the volume and stuff. And I think on this same microphone too. So
Oh yeah, it was.
yeah, so he knows this equipment. All right. Well, yes. Well, this evening we're actually this weekend there's a lot of stuff going on. Because you have the Wagi and Jehutet, which is kind of a combined feast anyway. So you have the lords of the dead, Osiris and Anubis, but then you also have Toth, aka Jehuti, um, who is lord of. If you ask me, he is the lord of the internet because science, writing, wisdom, magic, the internet's got a little of all of that. And what's funny is in the past I have put things like my pen tablet and things like that on the offering plate to ask Jehudi to bless them. Um, when I when we replaced my old keyboard, I took that and I said, well, it no longer has use in this world. Jehudi, I'm, you know, uh, uh, giving it to you to use in the next world. I have something even better for this time. So I'm going to consecrate to Jehudi, I guess, my old motherboard. So, and it has served me very well for 8 years. It was still working, just a little shy on space. Um, it has no more use in this world, but I'm sure Jehudi could use another one. So, uh, it's I wanted to formally say, okay, this it's yours now. Although it might get incorporated into a model someday.
Right. It has an SD card, which stands for Sand Dune.
Well, probably stand for a lot of things, but but yeah. So I'm just gonna peek over and see. Okay. It's still in my card. Confused me. Okay. Well, you know what? Thanks for telling me that. I will have to check and see what it says about that.
Well, what
But
says?
someone had went to donate $10 to Patreon, and there's it hasn't cleared on their card, so we'll have to check and see,
Well,
if I need to approve something or what.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah,
And
I'll have to check on that.
by the way, I'm going to keep telling really corny jokes until we know the sound is great.
Actually, I think it is because people have said it's sounding better. So,
Okay.
oh yeah, and you can kind of see it in the camera, but I have a big palm frond from my Majesty palm today, and it's funny. I was looking to try and get one of the lower ones, and then the one that I cut, I realized, oh wow, this is a new one. It's really nice. And I guess that was the palm tree's way of saying, here, have a good one. Of course, that palm tree is like 9 years old, so it's we have kind of a vibe going. Okay. So basically, I will be checking, periodically to see, what kind of comments, are. And so again, if any issues come up, let me know as we go along. Thank you for pointing out about the sound. I had to go and adjust new settings. So, and at this point, we will get ourselves in the right vibe for service. All right. Tell you what, Nick, if you will hand me that jar of water that's right next to you. This is Darren's favorite part. We'll start out right here, just under the camera. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me, as Technic purifies me. Hail unto you, Inochiru. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Our purity is within our hearts here. Come here. Hey, Hey, I'm not done yet. Gotta get our guest. All right. We're going to cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure, we are pure. Yes, and Darren's idea is to cast aspersions, quite literally. All right, by the way, and again, because I can't switch cameras, you can't see we have a guest with us. Our lovely tech assistant who put together the new hard drive and used the back of Darren's shirt to wipe his hands. So I think that was appropriate.
But I'm not pure.
Well, I can fix that. Here. There you go. Yeah.
Damn it, that's gold.
So I poured a little water on his head. Okay. All right. And so we got one of our folks is going to have to leave early for sleep. Well, just be with us, while you can, and when you have to head out, know that we love you and sleep well.
Yes, and you're always welcome back.
Yeah. Oh, and another one of our viewers is saying their boyfriend's dad was in the ICU because he had an overdose. And
prayers for him.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, but he survived it. That's great. And
prayers for him still.
Yes, first for recovery.
For recovery and then help.
Oh yeah, and
the other recovery.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm sure all of us are worried about somebody right now. My best friend from high school is still in the hospital right now with COVID. Is she still in the ICU technically?
No, she's in isolation.
Okay, but yeah, so she's not quite out of the woods yet, but we're hopeful for her. So she's going to get prayers tonight too.
2 more days to climb up, and she'll be out of isolation, and then we can start worrying about repairing lungs.
Yeah. So if you know folks that have not gotten vaccinated yet and are kind of like procrastinating, poke them and tell them don't procrastinate anymore.
And if you have to, poke them with a needle with vaccine in it.
Yeah, well, if you're registered to do that, yes. But
yes. And if you're not, shove them into someone who is.
Yeah, tell them it's for your own good.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well. Oh, that's where my other lighter got off to. Okay, I was using it. Well, yes, I have the fan going full bore, so that makes it interesting when it comes to lighting candles. But,
it's kind of like Battle of the Network Stars, except fun.
Well, I'm sure a lot of us have been to outdoor pagan rituals where you're trying to light your candles for the god and goddess on the altar, and it's windy. That's always exciting.
Us. Always.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light. The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light. The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes till none remain. Receive the light. The eye of Horus comes to the 4 corners of the world, to all of the folks that are watching, tuning in with us.
And
who are in the room, too, yes.
So you better include us, man.
Well, you're watching in person.
Okay.
And you, like the rest of us, are purified with it. Receive the light.
Let's see if the light.
Yes. You arise in the Aketis Kepri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Anapu, upon your mountain, and Oser, the Unifer, Kentiamentiu, foremost of the Westerners, and Jehuti, Lord of Ma'at, excellent in wisdom. You lords of love and lords of life, grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out Dispet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being within us and your strength being within us and your protection before us. And because it's a formal holiday, I got some of the more traditional stuff, including our big ceramic vase full of water. And no, you will not be getting any of this, but I bet you're glad. Yeah. Cool waters. I'm just... I was kind of expecting you to give me some kind of a look, but anyway.
I'm a good boy.
Okay. Well, I think what I'm going to do is this, because I was sitting here going, oh, this is going to be great for a look, but in terms of pouring this out, I don't want to make a mess. But you know what? I can just dip this in here.
You know, the Egyptians always were about function.
Yeah, well, you know what? The cool thing is this is small enough to fit inside. So.
Well.
The Egyptians were also about life hacks.
She just put me in my place, didn't she? Thank you, Mama.
Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. O Ra, O Osiris, Anubis, Jehuti, these cool waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Yenechidu. Drink and be pure. And may this milk always be on your table, Osiris, at the Wagi and the Decade Feast. Because we also happen to be... This is the ancient Egyptian equivalent of Sunday, because they had a 10-day week instead of a 7-day week. And so which meant they had 3-day weekends.
You gotta fight.
You're right.
Yeah,
but the 10th day was the day when you would honor the dead, and they're at places where you had certain temples, like Medinet Habu was one where they had a feast, and there would be a procession and everything, and it was every 10 days, and so we're on the second decade of the liturgical year. So, it's a kind of a double whammy Osiris day. So, just to give you a little bit of background. Here we go. We give you incense. Little light. There we go. Give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you, cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. Osiris, Anubis, Jehuti, we give to you this eye of Horus, its fragrance comes to you. Hey, we haven't gotten to the myrrh yet. Don't be going. Oh yeah. Also going to go ahead and light our other candles. And one from this candle is actually for Tutankhamun. That's his name that's in the hieroglyphs. And he's sort of our representative of the blessed dead. Because he is certainly among them. And Sekhmet, may she bring healing to all those who are so very much in need of it right now. Including our friend Amy. Yeah, and it's not every day that you find out your friend is sick because you hear about it on CNN. Because another of our classmates was like, "Hey, are you okay? Our classmate Amy is on CNN," and he gives me the link. I'm like, "Wow, okay." I'd fallen out of touch with her and needed to get back in touch with her, but this is not how I wanted to find out.
This is people letting you know that time is a factor.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay.
Thankfully, somebody let you know, though.
Yeah, and we've the other good thing is we have her number and her mom's number. We've been texting. She can't really talk, not without effort, but she can text, and so we've been getting regular updates on her, and how she's been doing. So, we're really glad that seems to be, they're optimistic, and they're hoping that they can take her out of isolation in a couple of days. So, may Mama Sekhmet watch over her.
May Shu and Almond bring her breath.
Yes. Take this, your bread on which gods live. Your white bread for the feast of Wagi. This bread is the eye of Horus. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure. I think I was actually skipping ahead with that. Hold on. Yes, may your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. So the giving of myrrh is very similar because you invoke Hapi both times. But that's something else that I know someone wanted me to do, is to go off book.
Yeah.
So there we go now. Try not to get too sleepy. So myrrh seems to have the effect of putting Darren to sleep. And I don't know if that has that effect on other people, but I guess it just gels with you the right way.
I guess it does.
So pure is Ra Haraketi within his house. Pure is Oser Kentiamentu within his house. Pure is Anapu Hariseshta within his house. Jehuti Ikeren Sarat, excellent wisdom within his house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for all of these gods, in every place that there were mortal cause dwell. Come to your body, Ra Horaketi, O Oser, Kentiamentu, Anapu, Tepi Jusuf, and Jehuti, Ikaren Sarat. Come to your invocation, O Yunachiru. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Osiris, before Anubis, before Thoth. All life comes from them, all health comes from them, all stability comes from them, all good fortune comes from them as it has since the first time. And this is going on the shrine for our Aku, but we have to give the gods first dibs on this Canada drawing, which is given.
Egg.
Hmm?
Oh. Egg.
It's ginger ale. And there's a story behind the ginger ale, but that's for later. Ora Horaketi and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkapurura. Your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And this is the point where we turn to our blessed dead, and their space is just next door. So we light for them the eye of Horus, that it may guide their way. And because it is the Wagi feast, you pour water for them, and there's a special prayer for that, which I should have in here. Let's see. Okay. All right, that's for the Osiris mysteries. But here we go. We have our garlands. I know I've gotten a request to make more garlands like these, and so that is coming. And I get a chance to sit down and do some painting. But this is your cool water, O fathers and mothers. This is your cool water, O Osiris. Come to your sons and daughters. Come to Horus. See, we bring it to you that you may be glad of it. Whatever you tread under your sandals, we will be your guides for you. We will give you water at the Wag and Jehutet feasts. And so we can do this. And the reason why I offer, because this is a festival where it's appropriate to offer things that your loved ones and the blessed dead that you honor would have enjoyed in life. And the story that was told to me by an agent that had represented Chris Latta, who was the voice of Starscream and Cobra Commander, but he also did stand-up, and she represented him doing stand-up. She said the first time she ever met him, he was at a bar and he was drinking a ginger ale because he had been sober for several years at that point. And actually, maybe not that long, but he got sober after his daughter was born. But he drank ginger ale. So that I saved that for him. And if anybody else likes it too, well, y'all are going to have to hash that one out on your own. Any other libations we'll have to save for later in the weekend. So, there we go. Okay, well, the jet column is wanting to get involved, I guess. Harekare ta henket kakao updo senachurmahat kutnebet nafret wabet ankhet nochrim and kawin akupunibu ma kerunibu kiranachra. A voice offering of bread and beer, beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these Aku, all true of voice before the great God. come unto you as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your cause shall live. Truly, your need has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law eternally. This fet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. And may we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Yes, and I don't have any fig cookies up here right now, but that would be a traditional thing to offer to Jehuti. And we have record of when Herodotus traveled to Egypt, he must have seen that festival, and they offered figs and honey, and as they would offer them, they would say, a sweet thing is truth. And so we know, and it's kind of appropriate that the Lord of the Internet also has a sweet tooth. So just seems like a very modern thing.
Yeah.
So. Okay, and this is the point where we would read not only some, prayers and hymns to specific deities, in this case to Anubis and to Osiris and Jehuti, but also where we take requests from folks who are tuning in. And if you guys have any, of course, I'm not going to ignore you just because you're here in analog form and all that. And so Darren sticks his tongue out at me. Check and see. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, and so we've got someone who's taking a vacation for the first time in 8 years and heading out tomorrow. And so, definitely. And
are you driving a station wagon?
I hope not. And we have a prayer request. Long life for grandmother, and asking God to help heal my aunt who has COVID, and to tell Sackmet thank you. And her sister got in a breakup, and he didn't help her move. He beat her, and without her permission, maxed out her credit card. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You know what? I wonder if she can call and contest those charges.
She can, and she
Yeah.
should. All she has to say is, somebody stole my credit card and I didn't do it. I didn't put those charges on.
Yeah.
And you can even say, I know who did it.
Uh-huh. Because you know what? It doesn't matter that he's an ex-boyfriend. He still stole the card and used them.
He still stole the card and used them.
Yeah, so absolutely. And someone has requested to help me get through my shift tomorrow. My boss doesn't believe in breaks or eating at work. 8 hours and no break. Oh my God.
Does she work for Wally Burr?
Oh, God. Oh, that's a horrible. I was about to ask if they work for Amazon, but.
Love you, Wally. I can hear that from here.
Tell me go screw himself. Oh, well, that gets into a whole lot of stuff, but the problem is, with labor laws and all that, it depends on the state, and you're a minor too. Wow. You know what? We may need to talk to you at some point and see if we can help you get, some references.
You're a minor, and McDonald's is hiring. They have better hours and breaks.
Yeah. Well. I know you're on the Discord. So talk to us, and I'll try and check in and see, because I believe in prayers, but I also believe in um, helping physically where possible.
Yes.
So
actions help too.
Yeah. So yes, act in accord. So absolutely. Well then, um, we'll offer our thanks to Sekhmet and request that she continue to help heal those that we love. Hail Sekhmet the Great, Eye of Ra, who hides him within her iris. Hail Sekhmet, sovereign, mistress of light who moves in brightness. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of darkness at whose setting the dusk comes. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of fear whose seal brings death. Hail unto you, Sekhmet, daughter of Ra who loves Ma'at who detests his fet. Most holy of the gods, one seeks life in you. And I'm gonna join the club and sit down for a sec. Read for
Sorry, man, we rejected your application.
Uh-huh.
Before you look at me like that.
Because sometimes when I take a sip of something, you provide sound effects.
I did no such thing.
Mm-hmm. Praise to you, Osiris, Lord of eternity, King of the gods, of many names, of holy forms, of secret rites in temples. This noble Ka at the fore of Jadu, great also in Sekhem, Lord of praise in Enjeti, foremost of offerings in Yunu, Lord of memory in Mahti, secret Ba, Lord of the cavern, holy in white walls, Ba of Ra of his very body, at rest in Hnes, excellent of praise in the Narate tree that grew to raise his Ba. Lord of the great shrine in Khemnu, great of terror in Shashotep, Lord of eternity, foremost of Abydos in his distant place of the sacred land. Name that endures in the mouths of people, primeval one of the two lands, nourisher at the fore of the Aeneid of the gods, potent Ak among the Aku. Nun has given him his waters, the north wind journeys to him, dusk brings the south wind to his nose to please his heart. Lord of praise in the southern sky, praised one in the northern sky. The imperishable stars are under his rule, for his abode is among them. Now that's actually from a longer work, but that's the short version, and I'm going to be kind to you guys and not read it all in Egyptian. And I know we've got some folks that are in school, and since we are honoring Jehuti, we will ask him to please look kindly upon our friends that are in school, and help them to study well and get over any anxiety they may have, and be able to retain lots of good information, and also to look over all the kids that are about to go back to school in just a few weeks. And that's when I ask the gods, that's going to have to be a joint project, I think, because we've got all these kids. They're going to go back to school and they haven't been vaccinated because they can't vaccinate them yet.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid that that's going to be a rolling catastrophe.
Yeah.
And I know there are lots of folks that are concerned about their kids, and we want them to be safe. And
please let people have a positive change of heart when it comes to masking up their kids.
Yeah. And you know what? And also, I'm going to ask Horace the child, please, be with all the little kids and tell them to, keep that mask on. I know it's uncomfortable, but keep it on. It's for your own good. Do what the teachers tell you, because it's important. So, hail and praise unto you, O Jehuti, thrice great God, the son of Ra, Lord of Khemnu, wise one in Yunu. You report to Ra every morning. Messenger of humankind, you know people by their speech and judge them by their deeds. Those true of voice before Osiris, their names are in your list. The Aeneid gives you praise as you guide the bark of millions, as you cast out the evil one, as you change strife into peace. You know all secrets, all books, all deeds. The fleeting moment, the hour of night. No report to Ra is forgotten. Your words endure for eternity. Friend of the people, wise and impartial, great one, Lord of Ma'at. And you know what? For Anubis, I'm going to read that original piece that I wrote because I know that it's something that it's well received every time I read it. So I think it was a bit of much needed inspiration. And so for Anubis, with quiet patience he works the scale, jackal's ears and jackal's face, human hands and God's soul. He weighs each person's heart with care against the sacred feather of truth, listens to their testimony, words of lives now in past tense. Mild-mannered, he kneels to Osiris. The jackal's job is to serve, not to fight. Other gods take up that task, to defend Ra's creation with sharp blades and fierce eyes. But this keen jackal's ears prick up. He hears distant cries of anguish, of pain, and behind each of them a terrible whisper. Unspeakable lies from the unspeakable one, twisted distortions of sacred truth, a million shattered shards in the form of tortured thoughts of worthlessness and doubt, of sadness and self-hate, depression, destruction, and longing for death. But Anubis, that great jackal at the scales, knows those words for what they are. They are the lies of the enemy of all Ra has made, subtle temptations beckoning to oblivion. As he stands at the balance of truth, the gateway between life and death, precarious fulcrum between hope and despair, Anubis resolves to answer, to defend those crying for help, to protect creation itself beating within countless anguished hearts. The jackal draws his blade. With eyes of truth he stares down the evil one, serpent tempter of souls seeking only their ruin. The jackal draws his blade and lunges forth. Does the sword of Anubis find its mark? Does the jackal strike down the snake? For every person who stays their own hands, puts down the bottle, the pills, the gun, Anubis' stroke is true. Our every choice fulfills his task. His success is up to you.
Wow.
Hail to Anubis. Okay. Any other requests? This is where I stop and check. Let's see. So she put him on her card. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, because the person that says put him on her card when they were still dating and forgot to take him off after the breakup, but she did call the police and they said there's nothing they can do.
He's an authorized user on the card.
Yeah, he's an authorized user on the card.
Oh.
That's going to be civil.
Yeah, that's going to be a difficult thing to unravel. But okay. Oh, but one of our friends that's a student is worried about that. Only has to take 2 math classes, and if they can pass them both, they'll be able to graduate in December. So. But okay. Prayer to Bast for someone I know who's going into labor soon for safe delivery, healthy baby, and speedy healing. She works with Bast. Okay, and I think somebody else got a request for Seshet. So. Alrighty. So first for Bast, for all our kitty friends, and folks that work with Bast. And safe delivery for our friend in question. And also to Tauret, because she's on the altar and she looks after women who are mothers to be. So please look after our friend's friend. Hail and praise unto you, Bastet, Lady of Love, Lady of Life, daughter of Atum, firstborn of the Lord of all, greatest goddess, Lady of Heaven, mistress of all the gods. You open the movements of Shu, for he is your messenger. You slaughter with your arrows. You slay the evil one and seize the hearts of the wicked foes. Lady of the shrine, foremost of the sacred fields, mistress of perfume, mistress of joy. O Eye of Horus, O Eye of Ra, Uraeus whom Ra loves, protect us until the dawn. And to Seshet, the lady scribe. Hail, O Seshet, most holy female scribe, the seven-pointed one, excelling in wisdom, mistress of the sacred words, lady of Ma'at and greatest goddess. Please work with duty and look after those that are students and that work with you, and all those that seek knowledge. I also have plenty of fortune cookies if anybody has requests for those. Okay, of course, I got to kind of give it a minute because there's a little bit of lag time. But how are you, Boo? Do you have any requests we haven't covered already?
Prayers for my mom. Prayers for you.
Yeah. Oh, yes, and also
prayers for my upcoming doctor's visit.
Oh, okay. Well, of course, this first one I think is going to be just administrative, but still.
Let's hope they're not going to administer anything harsh.
Well, I ask that Mama Sekhmet will take care of you because you're ours. We've claimed you. She's claimed you. And yes, for our friend Amenok, for his grandmother to have a long and healthy life. And for all our loved ones.
Evidently Bast has claimed him too.
Huh?
Evidently Bast has claimed him too.
Who, Darren?
Yes.
Well, because cats like him. Yeah. Oh. Okay. All right. Yes. Prior to Sekhmet, probably get back to karaoke and trivia. Oh, that sounds like fun. It also sounds like maybe a Hathor thing too. You know, because it involves merriment.
Yeah.
But let's see. All right. So celery, then Amenot, Berdazzle, Wolf, Serrana. Okay. All right. Well, let's start with celery. Okay, cool. That one's worked its way out. You know, every time I wash that bowl to put the cookies in, and I forget to bring it in. But, okay, celery. It says, it's high time for one of your most promising ideas. So I think they're trying to give you some encouragement there. There's something that it's an idea you have. You might have been sitting on it for a while. It's time. And they're telling you, go for it. It's high time for one of your most promising ideas. And let's see. So, okay, and then Amenot, and then Berdazzle. I hope I'm saying it right. All right, and Amenot. You know what? This one just like... Sometimes they just wave at me. It's like, here you go. Amenot, you got two of them in here. Wow. The first one says, life is a flower of which love is the honey. And then the second one, life is like playing the violin in public and learning the instrument as one goes on. And I have gotten that one before. But yeah, in other words, Don't worry about feeling awkward. You're learning as you go. We're all like that at some point. And yes, life is also a flower of which love is the honey. So I think that's pretty positive. Just um, don't worry about being awkward. We're all that way at some time or another. Darren, surprised you didn't have some kind of quip for that.
What?
Oh, Almanach's fortunes.
I didn't even hear it.
Poor thing. I guess the myrrh finally got you. As I said, life is a flower of which love is the honey.
Unfortunately, everywhere where my mind goes that involves love honey is not ritual appropriate.
I kind of figured as much. Yeah.
See, I knew I could take a nap. I had a backup perp.
Okay, who's next on the list?
It might be love honey.
Let's see. Okay, sleep good because Big Dad says I gotta go to sleep. So rest well. Good night.
Sleep good, Big Daddy.
Well, it's Big Dad, but either way. Let's see. Okay, Berdazzle, and then Wolf, and then Serrano. So okay. And like I said, I hope I'm saying that right. We had one of our viewers that tunes in every so often. Turns out their username was Lego Fan Guy Vid, but I wasn't reading it right, and I thought it was Lego Van Guy Vid or something like that. And just the way it's strung together, Hey, when you live in a mostly text world, it's real easy to kind of, misread things. But yeah. So we got celery. Okay, Berdazzle. Yeah, and that one also jumped out. Okay. Listen to life, and you will hear the voice of life crying, "Be." That's interesting. That's. I feel like there's a lot going on with that one, but the gist of it is, you're going to have to take some time and listen, and when you do, it says you hear the voice of life crying, "Be." Just be there. I guess I'm getting a sense like there's something that there's a block or something, and this is telling you just don't worry about it. Just be. Listen to life, and you will hear the voice of life crying, "Be." Okay. And now for Wolf, and then Serrano. Wolf, I hope things are doing better for you. Been thinking about you. If you need a care package, just let us know. But in the interim, your message is, it's not the having, it's the getting. Wow. And see, that's our friend that's up in Arkansas. It's not the having, it's the getting. That's one of those things. I almost feel like, I don't want to talk about it like in the middle of live service, but, you may have a chance to be proactive about some things, and in doing so, make your situation, better off. But now it's Serrano's turn. Actually, There's some relationship advice. And it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Wow. There you have it. It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice.
By being nice, you become important.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. That's cool. Because yeah, I mean, he'd gotten the two fortune. He's like, yeah, wow. Because I just started trying to play guitar, and just met a guy recently. Well, there you go. Let's see, and Alejandro. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, we get one for Alejandro. And yeah, I was reading some comments. There's a little bit of a discussion about an theist discussion group on Facebook, and somebody's pointing out that so many atheists, the arguments that they make is based on a Christian worldview. Yeah, and I think that's a lot of it is it. In ancient Rome, they called the Romans called Christians atheists because they denied the existence of all the gods except theirs.
Well, they actually considered the Christians to be rather poor.
Yeah, because they only had one.
Because
yeah,
they only had one God.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, and it's once you get people to deny what, huh?
Somebody's been watching History of the World.
Oh.
That's a joke in that.
Yeah. One of those not safe for work jokes, but yeah, it is. And what's funny is how many people who are really pretty open minded. Otherwise, you tell them that you're pagan, and they're like expecting you to wear a grass skirt and put a bone in your nose. And that's unfortunate, and that's one of the things I would like to see change is the perception that if you're polytheistic, then oh my God, what's wrong with you? No, there's nothing wrong with you.
Or you worship the devil and sacrifice babies.
Right? Yeah. But yes, stereotypes are hard, definitely. But anyway, we did have a request from Alejandro for a divination, so I better make sure that I do that. Come on, Bob. You okay, Bob? Poor thing, you must be tired. All right. Wow. Oh. Okay, here it is. Alejandro. And your sex. Life to you is a dashing, bold adventure. I know. I guess sometimes when I get fortunes like that, it's I guess because I got one kind of like that yesterday, and it's like, well, I can see that, and I guess maybe it's a bit of encouragement. Or it's like you don't really need what you're thinking about. Just keep doing what you're doing. So Okay. Yeah, yeah, and it's funny. We're talking about what we were discussing earlier. Had people immediately try to talk me into atheism when I mentioned my religion. It's like immediate condescension. They expect us to be uneducated on theology. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, and like our friend Morgan, he's on vacation right now. So I guess we need to say prayers for him, for safe travels, and also, for Sarana's, you know, um, vacation. But his dad is a history professor, and I think somewhere in passing Morgan mentioned, because his dad's real open minded type, but he mentioned, that I um practice a revival of Egyptian religion, and what was it that he asked? Something about, does she bark at the moon too? You know, so he thought that was like the most ridiculous thing apparently, and I'm like, uh, no, I'm trying to think of something silly to say, like, well, only at an Anubis festival, but something, but
There was at one time.
yeah, yeah. Well, the thing is, yeah, that's pretty mean actually. Well, I don't think his dad knows that I know he said that, but his dad's kind of a. I know him. He wouldn't have meant it in a mean way. He was, kind of joking, and he has kind of a cynical sense of humor. So Darren actually has a really good impression of his dad, and we make Morgan crack up with it. So yeah, but it does kind of illustrate the problem that a lot of us have as pagans. It's like, people think that there's something wrong with you. I guess, if even if they're not, going to think, just automatically equate you with, worshiping the devil, they're at least going to think that you're somehow a bumpkin.
Which is actually why when I'm around folks who I'm vaguely comfortable with,
Uh-huh.
enough not to worry about it.
Yeah.
They ask me what religion I am, and I'll say I'm a Roman Catholic, old Catholic.
Do they get it?
Most of them don't.
Yeah, just to clarify, our friend Nick is a Roman Reconstructionist, and so he was saying that with people who are hip, he'll tell them, "I'm Roman Catholic, hold the Catholic," and that trips them up because they don't get the hold the Catholic part. So yeah, and as for Morgan, he's pagan friendly. Um, we we brought him with us to Arkansas Pagan Pride, and there was this cute redhead there that he wanted to go talk to, and we were like, dude, it's okay. Darren had to kind of encourage him to, get the courage to get up and go talk to her. But what I love was what he said afterwards. He said, "You guys are just religion nerds," and yeah, it's basically true. Excuse me, just a minute, y'all.
We are not just religion nerds in many cases. Some of us are super nerds.
Yes, some of us are super religion nerds. Yes.
Want me on snore duty?
I do it more gently. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. I think the MER's been working really hard on Darren tonight. I'll tell you what, just to try and keep an eye on the time, because we are right about the 1 hour point. We'll say again, because we had some folks requesting prayers for safe travels, and I'm including our Padawan on that. So we will ask Wepawet, the opener of the way, to make the paths clear for everyone so that they can go and have fun and then come safely home. Hail unto you, Wepawet, great God, Lord of Rosetta, Lord of the Cavern, Lord of the Sacred Land, Lord of Abydos, defender of his father, controller of the two lands. May you keep our ways straight, are open, and free of danger. Oh, and another thing, a little bit of parallel, because the new moon is coming. I think it's it's Sunday. So there's a Sumerian, Near Eastern festival. If you're familiar with, I guess speaking of biblical references, weeping for Tammuz and baking cakes for the Queen of Heaven, in this case Ishtar, that would also be going on about this time. So it has, and that information comes thanks to some Sumerian pagan friends. There's a Facebook group, Temple of Sumer, and there's also Temple of Inanna. And that has folks from like all over because Inanna and Ishtar, are very popular. But that information comes courtesy of them. So a lot of stuff going on this weekend. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and just continuing the discussion, Serrano was saying she hasn't gotten a lot of condemnation. Most of it's insults like, fairy tales, imaginary friends, but I've definitely gotten very far by being nice and saying that my religion doesn't require that I convert people. So, yeah. But,
Tell them you're converting them from electric to solar.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start to wrap this up. And again, if anybody's got any more last minute requests, if I missed anybody, then just throw that in the comments. And we'll get this wrapped up for the evening. So, hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure as the name of Atum, foremost of the great need, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shanit in Unu endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Aset in Necheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pe endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Kemenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Haket endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, Osiris, Anubis, Jehuti, O Yenichiru. May you go forth in peace, O Yenichiru. May you go forth in peace to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Menjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Now, you know what? We should also, I'm sure you'd like a request for, help with your situation.
After what happened earlier, right now I've kind of got the weight off my shoulders, so I'm okay right now.
Doing that shit. Alrighty, guys. Okay, well, thank you so much as always for being here, and thanks for giving me that feedback to make sure that to turn up the microphone. Hopefully we got it to where it picked up everyone without any issues. And you guys be safe out there. Much love, and come back and join us next Friday. Thanks, guys. I always I can't express how much better I tend to feel on a Friday evening after we do service, and it's something it's good for the soul all the way around. So
Yes, it is.
Thank you guys.
That's the point.
We love you.
Okay. Be safe, everyone.